I take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to all distinguished guests to this reception marking 60 years of friendship between Kenya and China. Coming just 2 days after Kenya's 60th Jamhuri Day, today represents the culmination of many years of consistent, trusting, collaborative, and mutually beneficial partnership between Nairobi and Beijing. It bears remembering that this month, 6 decades ago, China opened its embassy in Nairobi, only 2 days after Kenya gained independence, making China the 4th country to establish diplomatic relations with Kenya. Since the establishment of diplomatic relations between our two nations, our relationship has grown by leaps and bounds, and I have no doubt that it will continue to advance through shared prosperity and mutual understanding. Kenya applauds China for its transformative initiatives in Kenya and Africa, whose socio-economic impacts have been far-reaching. As one of the few countries with a comprehensive strategic partnership with China, the highest form of bilateral relations, Kenya's development landscape has benefited the most from China's investment. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the recent official visit to China by His Excellency President William Ruto to participate in the Third Road and Belt Initiative high-level forum held in Beijing, China, and the numerous high-level visits between our two capitals emphasizes the centrality of our bilateral and people-to-people relations. China is Kenya's largest trading partner, largest source of country of contracted companies, and one of the most important sources of employment for Kenyans, accounting for up to 50,000 Kenyans hired by the 400 Chinese firms doing business in the country across various sectors, ranging from infrastructure, ICT manufacturing, and other service sectors. The recent decision by Chinese authorities to admit Kenya's avocados and other green produce into the Chinese market is a boon to our horticultural farmers. China's tourist arrivals to Kenya is also on the rise, and Kenya is implementing deliberate measures to tap into the more than 100 million Chinese tourist market. China is undoubtedly Kenya's leading infrastructure development partner, with signature projects including the Nairobi Expressway, the Thika Superhighway, and the Standard Gauge Railway, to name a few. These projects have not only opened up the country for more investments and spurred economic activity, but have also eased connectivity between centers of commerce with people. Ladies and gentlemen, China has been a reliable partner in healthcare. At the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Kenya, like many other countries in the continent, benefited from China's generous offer of vaccines and other protective equipment. The effects of climate change have continued to threaten people and their sources of livelihoods, particularly in the Horn of Africa. China has been a friend indeed to Kenya during these difficult times through relief endowment and funding of agricultural projects to enhance food security in Kenya and the region. The resilience, support, and determination demonstrated by both our nations during difficult global times have reinforced the strength of our friendship. Our collaboration in addressing global challenges such as climate change and public health crisis is a testament to our shared commitment to the greater good. Cooperation between Kenya and China continues to thrive in the fields of science and technology, education, capacity building, along with people-to-people exchanges. As a matter of course, the first Chinese Cultural Center in Kenya will soon be realized. China and Kenya may be different when it comes to the stage of development and social system, historical and cultural background, size of territory, and population. However, our two countries share the aspiration to rapidly modernize, industrialize, and move as many of our citizens from dependency, and are therefore committed to forging win-win cooperation that will unlock shared prosperity. Looking back on the development of Kenya-China relations over the past 60 years, we can say the basic principles of equality, mutual trust, and respect have made this partnership strong enough to weather any kind of challenge. Our two nations have maintained good cooperation in international and regional issues. Kenya and China both attach great importance to upholding the purposes and principles of the UN Charter, equitable and fair multilateralism, and the promotion of unhindered trade relations between nations. Kenya is unapologetic in its support for the One China policy, which is grounded on respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity. We shall work together with China and other friendly nations to address the complex and intersecting global challenges of our time, ranging from peace and security in the region, climate change-induced crisis, and food security. There is a Chinese saying, and I quote, "To enjoy a grander sight, climb to a greater height," is a truism. As Kenya and China diplomatic relations marks the 60th year, we must mobilize every opportunity to bring the Kenya-China Comprehensive Strategic Partnership to higher heights by embracing integrity-based cooperation and green development that meets the demands of the present while securing sustainable futures. Your Excellencies, please let us all give an applause to the friendship between Kenya and China and to the brighter and prosperous future of Kenya and China relations. Thank you.
Ambassador Joe and Mheshimiwa Mudavadi, please stay on stage, and they are proposing a toast to the 60th anniversary of the diplomatic relations between China and Kenya.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now commemorating this occasion by two events, toasting and cutting a cake.